Raise your right hand. You swear or affirm the evidence you're about to present in the matter and hearing should be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth.
Your Honor, are you judging me? And no law is above God's law. So I cannot honor any of your laws. It supersedes every single law that you guys have given me. I am friends with the IRS.
If you enjoy content like this, make sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel. It genuinely helps a lot. Now, let's jump back into the video, because today's court hearing is absolutely wild. We're watching a truly insane defendant who's been brought to court for failing to pay over $2,000 in court fees, and her entire defense is that she's not a citizen and believes God's law overrides everyone else's, despite her history of shoplifting and other chaotic behavior. The situation only gets more entertaining as the judge, with a calm but clearly unimpressed demeanor, reacts to her non-stop nonsense, while both the attorney and the court firmly shut her down. In the end, she receives a pretty serious sentence, and honestly, it's hard to feel sympathy given how completely unhinged she comes across. Huge shout out to court nerds for this clip. I'll jump in with commentary here and there, but let's dive right into this ridiculously entertaining court hearing and watch it all unfold.
We're asking that Ms. Lott is incarcerated until the $2,755.40 is paid, Your Honor. And Your Honor, I am asking for attorney fees for today. Your Honor, and even me having to file this motion and continue to, I guess, seek attorney fees from Ms. Lott, Your Honor.
What are you asking for today?
Your Honor, Your Honor, for today, Your Honor, I'm asking for $1,500, Your Honor. And I can provide my affidavit to the court, Your Honor. We had to communicate with the court, Your Honor. I've been practicing law since 2008, Your Honor. I've been in good standing since that time. Your Honor, I charge my client a flat fee of the $1,500 just to try to see, just so we can file this motion for incarceration.
All right, Ms. Lott, raise your right hand. You swear or affirm the evidence you're about to present in the matter and hearing should be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth.
Your Honor, are you judging me?
If you want to call it that, but I assume you want to testify on your own behalf.
Yes, I do. And if the attorney is not going to be sworn in, that is a conflict of interest. And I have filed motions. I filed a quo warranto because I have searched for law licenses and I have not found any. There's been no true judges since 1789. And the United States filed a Chapter 11 in 1933, which lost their sovereignty as a government. So I can't even be heard here. I have asked the court to provide me documentation stating that this is an Article 3 court. I have not gotten anything back from the judge with any type of documentation from the Attorney General, from the Secretary of State. You guys have not had permission to try me, and no law is above God's law. So I cannot honor any of your laws. It supersedes every single law that you guys have given me. I have tried to settle this in court. I have filed a fiduciary relationship. 56. I am friends with the IRS. I have attempted to settle with a $20 money order because there is no money with the court, and everything was sent back. So rejection of payment is payment, Your Honor. And my religion strongly prohibits any satanic laws or rituals, and I cannot serve two masters. So either I don't even know what to do here in this matter, because I have asked to be tried in an Article 3 court. This is not a court of equity. God's law trumps all laws made by man. God also says no man should be judged or you will be judged. This is my religion. I have not broken any of God's laws. I have not committed any crimes. I have not harmed my offspring. I am the first lien holder on my child's estate. So there is nothing that I can do for Miss LaFleur, and I will not be paying it because my God told me not to. He gave me the instructions on what to do, and you guys refused it. You guys refused my quo warranto because it wasn't written in the way that you accepted, but I am not under your laws. I am friends with the IRS. I have sent out my documentation. I have my own contract with myself. I don't have a contract with you guys. I have not signed anything, and I am not a 14th Amendment corporate war citizen. I am a natural person. That is what I have to say.
You have any questions for Ms. Lott, Ms. St. Fleur?
Yes, Ms. Lott, were you present in court for the petition for a legitimation with Tariq Crump?
Ms. LaFleur, can you provide me your...
It's St. Fleur. It's St. Fleur. It's not Little Fleur. If we're gonna quote all of these articles, make sure you get my name right. It's St. Fleur.
St. Fleur.
It's St. Fleur. Well, just were you in court? I mean, I'm not sure if any of the articles could tell me, but were you in court?
Questions. I have no further answers for any of your questions. I said what I said. This law does not trump God's law. I'm under God's law, and that's it.
Well,
She honestly just said a whole lot of nothing, and I have no idea how the judge managed to keep a straight face. Either he's so seasoned that he's truly seen it all, or this girl is operating on an entirely different wavelength. She comes across as completely delusional, and it's almost funny how confidently she rambles without making a single valid point. I can loosely understand the sovereign law mindset in theory. Yeah, no one loves being controlled by the government, but that argument completely falls apart when you're actively breaking the law, shoplifting, refusing to pay court fees, and then showing up to court over crimes you actually committed. At that point, holding her accountable is entirely justified. Her defense is useless because this isn't a case of being framed or wrongly accused. She very clearly did the crime, and you can see right through the nonsense. I genuinely can't tell if she's pretending to be unstable or if she truly believes what she's saying, but honestly, she feels genuinely unhinged rather than performative. Based on this Zoom hearing alone, it wouldn't be shocking if she needed a serious evaluation because her mindset is just unbelievable, and the judge's silence through all of it is almost laughable. This really feels like a reflection of modern-day entitlement, victim mentality, and internet-brained logic, and while I'm not pro-government or blindly pro-law, there's a point where you simply have to own your actions. If you commit a crime, accept the consequences. With that said, let's jump into the second half of this clip, where the judge absolutely shuts her down and hands out a pretty harsh sentence.
saying you had 10 days to pay this $2,755.40. Do you have any proof that any payment was made?
I have the proof here, and this was sent back to me. This is the money order that I sent to the court.
That's
Your
that
law-
$20 thing you said?
Yes, it is. That is the settlement that is written in your laws. I did send the thing. They sent it back, and refusal of payment is payment. So I will handle it with the IRS from here.
Well, $20 doesn't equal $2,755.40.
Or any court fees cannot supersede to $20, and that is what I paid as a natural person. I don't know about any U.S. citizen. I'm not a U.S. citizen. I'm a natural person and a private American. I've not committed any crimes under God's law. I have not stolen. I have not bear false witnesses. I have not killed anyone. I have not dishonored my mother and my father, and I have not put any man before God, and I will not put any of you guys before God either.
Fine. All right, Ms. Lott, I'm gonna find you in contempt of court for failure to pay the $2,755.40. Order you incarcerated, that is jailed, until you've paid the money.
I will be taking it up with the IRS, and I will be filing liens because you guys do not have liens over myself, my estate, or my child. So
You'll take it up with the sheriff first.
no, I will not, because the sheriff does not have any jurisdiction.
Turn
Do not-
yourself in, or the sheriff will come out and arrest you.
Jurisdiction over me, and the sheriff does not have any jurisdiction over
That's
me.
fine. Once you're released, I'll give you 90 days to pay an additional $1,500 for attorney's fees incurred by the plaintiff for today's proceeding. And I'll ask Ms. St. Fleur to submit the order.
Will do, Your Honor.
And include in that, the sheriff will notify the court when Ms. Lott has been arrested.
Can you guys provide me with evidence that you are Article 3 court and not a military court?
And
'Cause
we'll send you a copy of the order.
I genuinely don't understand what her strategy was here. Did she really think she could walk into court, play crazy, and somehow avoid consequences? If anything, this is exactly what you'd expect a genuinely unhinged person to sound like, and the sentence she received felt completely deserved. She ended up with 6 months over unpaid $2,000 court fees stemming from her own crimes, and instead of taking responsibility, she leaned hard into a victim mentality that's honestly way too common these days. That's why I've got to give serious props to the judge, though. He handled this like an absolute professional, barely reacting, treating it like just another day on the job, and letting the facts speak for themselves. He didn't get emotional, didn't engage with the nonsense, and when it mattered, he shut it all down and dropped the hammer. What's wild is that this whole thing could have been avoided if she just owned up to her mistakes and acted reasonably. She probably could have walked away with a fine instead of jail time. But her smugness, arrogance, and belief that she was somehow above everyone else completely backfired. Maybe prison will humble her, Maybe it won't. She seems pretty set in her delusions. But the bigger takeaway is simple. If you stay out of trouble and take responsibility for your actions, you won't ever need to pretend to be crazy or hide behind a fake victim complex. Most people today aren't victims. They have control over their lives, and choices have consequences. With that said, that's going to wrap up my breakdown. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe, drop your thoughts in the comments, let me know what you want to see next, and as always, thanks for watching and take care.